As someone who has a large knowledge of the Scottish game, what initiatives are the SFA taking to bridge the gap between Celtic and the other teams in the league, both on and off the pitch?
What initiatives are Celtic, or the SFA? I don't know if it's as a personal opinion, I don't know if it's necessarily the purpose of the SFA to try and bridge that gap necessarily. I think they should be looking at investing in youth football and trying to get teams to be as competitive as possible and get the best players. I think they would answer that by saying, they would answer it and say, it's not our job to focus on what the competitive nature of the league is. You know, I think there's a million different other ways you could look at that. The league itself would say that's our domain and we should be asked about that. I wouldn't say. I think often in Scotland we confuse what is the Scottish Football Association's domain and what is the league's domain all too readily. And for me, the Scottish Football Association should be concentrating on getting as many talented footballers into the clubs, and not even at the clubs, at schools and youth clubs and all these kind of places, and at their special academies. That's what they should be focusing on, getting the best teams onto the international side. I understand that the other argument is if you have a competitive league, you have better players, but I think that that there's a huge responsibility within the league and the clubs for them to look at that.
And finally, how do you feel that the clubs themselves can make the league more competitive and give themselves a platform to improve their own positions?
I think they have to look at so many things. I think the whole setup for the leagues needs to be really, really revamped. I always feel that in Scottish football that we have a great history, and sometimes we hold on to that history far too dearly, when actually we could be looking at other leagues and saying, what is it they're doing here? Why is it the NFL, for example, has a different winner pretty much every year? Why are we consistently, can we think about having a draft system? Is that something that would work? Probably not without Outwith, because there's a markets out with Scottish football that wouldn't work that way. But there are so many things about why do we have so many professional teams? Why would it not be better to have one professional team from Angus that is able to attract 10,000 people and perhaps be able to pay players better wages, rather than have 4 wee clubs that with the best one in the world will never compete at that level? So I think it's a great question, but there's so many answers to it. I don't think there's one right. I don't think it's going to be a one answer fixes all solutions. But yeah, I think competition can be developed in terms of the structure, in terms of the club structures, and also as I spoke about earlier, about how you invest into youth players.